Peter.
Okay, everybody, thank you for joining our Step Up meeting. Today is January 27th of 2022. It is going quick, and we've got a lot of people in here tonight. So we have a special guest, Linda Horn, and we all know how important this PPPS thing is, and we're all eager to kind of find out a little more particulars. And so she's going to do a little overview for us on exactly how this works and where we're headed, who can qualify. I hope I'm saying that correctly, Linda, and how we can move forward with this amazing program. So with that, you guys, thank you everybody, and take it away, Linda. Thanks.
All right, well, thanks for having me. This is an amazing process, amazing program. It's given people a chance, people that even us, right? Ones that are waiting paycheck. This gives that little bit of cushion. If you're not eligible for the IBO and you that weekly paycheck, or even if you are in the IBO, it doesn't matter. This is every 2-week pay. The pay depends on which comp you choose. And the basic process for it is Elle and I, we just go through the cards, and we are clear through them now. The friends and family, I think maybe I have half a column of friends and family yet, but what they require is they have to have an email, a Gmail address, because we use Google for everything here. And then we add them to the schedule. And then from there, we get with them, we send them our Zoom link, we get with them on a Zoom call, and we walk them through the process. What I'm finding, I don't think Nels had this issue, but what I'm finding is when people find out that it's a rise, oh, I used to work for them. So I guess maybe that's an important thing to put out there. You know, have you ever done any work from home before? And if so, ask them what they've done. Because the process for that is we have to turn around and have them cancel that account. So it actually comes through us. The benefit is we have better companies, better pay. Nate has worked really hard to come up with companies that are going to pay well and going to train us well, so we know exactly what we're doing. It's pretty much support, call service. From what I'm understanding, some of the companies are Johnny on the spot as far as helping answer the questions or what have you. So the process is this, and you know, a lot of people are saying different things because they're going through and saying, you know, I need 2 monitors, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. So number one, you need to know what states don't work, and I put that in the MSI chat, so it's there. That even goes for phone extensions. I've run into 2 of them that have had phone extensions because they used to live in that state before, and they never changed their number. So what I'm guiding them to do is get a Google Voice number in their area. And that way they'll be approved, because this runs on an IP address. This doesn't run on your physical address. This runs on your IP address. So if you say that you live in New Jersey and you really live in New York, it won't work. So as far as the equipment goes, you don't have to have 2 screens. That's for ease of work. That's simply, you know, if you have a big screen or a bigger screen and you can split your screen, that's perfect. There's a lot of us, excuse me, there's a lot of us here that use 2 monitors. It's ease of work. We can do one thing on one and one on another. So that's not a must. That's not a necessity. You do have to have 32 memory. The purpose of that is because they have programs that you're going to put on your computer. So you want to have 32 gig memory on your computer. As far as a hardwire, that's the Ethernet cable that you have to be hooked to the internet. I don't care if you have a laptop, it's got to be hardwired. You have to have it hooked up that way. As far as headphones go, that's strictly up to you. You can have the ones like John has that go over your ears and with a microphone on it, or you can have the cordless. I can still talk to you, and I'm talking to you with earbuds. So it's strictly up to you as far as what you want to do. The old school was the ones that have the dial pad on. You don't need those. Okay. And a lot of this, like I said, depends on the per company, what they want you to have. But basically that's your basics, right? You have to be able to pass a computer scan. And when I take people through this process, I do tell them what you want to do is clean your history, clean your cooks, and only have that screen open on your computer. And if you should pass as long as your computer is up to snuff. Okay. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Peter, do you have any questions that anybody's been asking you?
Who's eligible for this at this time? I know we've been talking about, we're going to offer it to PPS students first, and then we can go outside the group. And that's where it's unclear to me at this point.
Mhm. I have lists on my board. So with that, I've went through the instructors or the MSIs, the whatever who put on the, and then the instructors. Then I have a column for non-PBS, which could be SD, it could be anybody that's in Rory's system. And then I have a column for family and friends. So basically anybody and everybody. They just have to have, be in one of those okay states and have to have a Gmail address so I can add them to the sheet. And I want their state and their phone number on it, on the card.
Yeah, and that's perfect, because I think that's one of the things that we were all confused about. And that's why I wanted to talk about it tonight, because not only we've got a lot of people interested,
Yes.
we've got a lot of people outside of PBS that are interested. And we also just wanted to make sure that everybody could get a question answer if they have one besides me and,
absolutely.
And Sherry. I mean, Sherry, you go ahead and unmute, because you've been tracking this better than I have by far. So
well, I've referred a few people already, because I had so many that were interested and very excited about it, thrilled. They are as well as myself. Anyway, Linda, my question is very basic. I know that, I've seen the Gmail where, you've got them on the list or whatever like that, but they want to know, I guess I was thinking they would get a call first. Will they look for a Gmail or phone call? Because some people I have to just, you're going to get this and be very specific.
I'm not calling people.
You're not
I'm not calling.
So,
what I'm doing is when I add them to the schedule, set up their own time. Okay. And then approximately a half hour, depends on how backed up I am, a half hour to 15 minutes before, I send them the Zoom link, join me for their appointment.
Okay. So they should look for a Gmail from you, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That on that, their appointment date. Yes.
Okay. Super. Thank you. That answers my question. Is there anything else people referring to them, like myself, should do, besides make sure they have a Gmail address and talk to them about their needs, and, make sure they have an address on there, a phone number, and the MSI on there, and the instructor picture of them.
Exactly.
Is there anything else that they need on that card? Because I've just
Nope, just cut and dry. And if you're copying a card over from, say you have John on there and he's got all of his labels. I don't need all that stuff. I don't need any of it.
Okay.
When you make a copy, you have an option. You can remove the comments. You can remove the labels, do all that. And then you just simply move it over to the PPPS board. Just make sure that it falls to the bottom of the column and not in the middle. I don't go back through those cards. I did today when I was looking for somebody, and I find some that hadn't been sent out. So if they fall to the bottom of the list, it makes it a heck of a lot easier.
Okay,
to keep
thank
track.
you. Wonderful.
John,
if
what
I
do you
miss-
got?
Okay.
Just a second, John. If I
Okay.
miss somebody, just say something to me. Just call my attention to it, because it's in the middle of that column and I've already went down through it. Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
I've had some students that didn't qualify for the IBA because of their background check. Is there any qualifications as far as the background about not having any felonies or any charges or anything like that?
On some of them, yes, they do run a background check, from what I can understand. And I don't know what the specifics are. I can find out because I do have a conference with Nate tomorrow, and I could ask him about that.
Okay, because that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Let you know.
Now we got Mary. Dia Giovanna. Kansas City girl.
There you go.
Unmute Mary.
Am I unmuted now?
Yes.
Okay. My sister is interested in participating in the friends and family,
Uh-huh.
and she wants to know, is there a required number of hours?
Depends on what you sign up for. There, on each one of the jobs, it'll say whether it's a max or not. We're pushing people towards the max because you can raise your hours if you choose to. For the max hours themselves, it's 100 units. Those 100 are cut in half. So it's 50 hours every 2 weeks, 25 hours a week. That's the max ones. The other one,
25 hours a week.
yes.
And it's basically customer service.
Yes. Mhm. At
And
this
if
point,
someone
yes.
were to want to, since they get to pick their hours, I'm sorry I jumped in there, but they could do 30 hours one week and 20 the next, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yep. You set your own hours. So if you only choose to work 15 hours one week, then you've got to make it up the next, or vice versa.
Can you do more than the 50 hours in a 2-week period?
If you go to the max, there may be that possibility.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so 50 hours every 2 weeks.
Yes, ma'am.
And you can set your own hours. So like if she presently has a job, but she wants a side job,
Mhm.
could she work after her, like in the
Absolutely.
afternoon? Huh?
Mhm. Absolutely. And some of them do require that you work so many hours a week, a month. So
Okay,
that's part of it as well. Mhm.
okay.
And Mary, that brings up a really good question that I've had that I've kind of heard in the background is this 24/7, Linda, or is this just, 9 to 5? I mean, are we working?
Yeah, there's late hours. Mhm.
There's late hours, right?
Mhm.
So you
Yes,
could be working at midnight.
could be. Yes, if you
It
sign
could
up for
be.
that.
I mean, we don't know, but you could
No,
be.
yeah, on some of them, there's a new one now that's roadside service, and I'm gonna guarantee you that that's 24/7.
That's 24/7. And that's
Yeah.
one thing that I think is very important for everybody to realize is that this could be the side gig that, if you have a 9 to 5, you could set your hours for, I mean, you may not be a sleeper, right? You may not be able to sleep. So you could work 25 hours a week, starting at 10 o'clock at night. So, I mean, it all depends. Now, I do want to say this too, guys, is that as Linda's explaining this to us, every company that we offer is going to be a little different. So we don't know all the ins and outs of what different companies are requiring and what their things are, right? What their hours are. All we have to know is what she's telling us at this point. We don't have to be experts. We just have to say, hey, sign up, see what works for you. Does that make sense, Linda?
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Could you address the cost too? I think Mary did ask about that, but
Each one of them tell you what your initial package is. I tell a lot the ones that I've talked to already. So when I started this with Nate, the Home Depot is the big one. They're the ones that everyone's with because their support them is amazing.
Mhm.
But it started at $40 and then it dropped down to $9.99.
Wow.
And Nate said to me tonight, man, it's gone. I said, no, it's back up. it's up at $10. So, and within that, when you're doing your assessments and stuff, there's going to be pop-up windows that show up and there may be a lower discount. So I always tell everybody to watch for that. That's the initial package for your training and everything.
Okay, and that's per company that you work for, right?
Yes. Yes.
So what?
Go ahead, Mary.
I
ahead.
didn't understand. What was that? What was the $10? A discount or you paid?
No, that's the actual, when you're looking at the companies that you have to choose from, they're going to tell you how much it costs for the package, for the training package to get
Oh.
started. Some of them are $150. There's,
Oh.
there's many different in there. It just depends on what the company is.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I go through Peter in order to get her name.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay. All right. Thank you.
you're welcome.
And once they pay that, they can work for that company as long as they want to
As long as they do what they've said that they would do. Mhm.
follow the.
And that's the other thing too,
Show
that
up.
was to me, if they take the classes, the 2-hour classes or whatever that they have, for instance, if they show up, they participate and they work the hours that they say, they're subject to a rate. So the better you perform, because this is a work from home, it's no different than it is for us. If you show up, you go, right? So if you're going to state that you're going to work a certain amount of hours and you're going to be there, you have to be there. If you're not, you can get they can discharge you. So it's all, it's all about following to what you say you're going to do.
And I think that's a great point that that's one thing that I really think everybody should realize is that if you're explaining this to someone, like I said, we don't have to know everything. They have to apply, they have to see if everything works out for them, and they have to choose the company they want to work with, in those parameters. But if they don't show up, nothing's gonna happen. I mean, it's like if you don't show up for your day job, you're gonna get fired. So
That's right.
I mean, that's what this is. So
And
anyway.
when you do that, Peter, also, it's very important that if you do that and they tell you that you're no longer welcome, you're done at Arise. You won't ever be able to get another job through them.
Yeah, it's just like a job. It's just like a regular job. If you don't show up at McDonald's for your shift, they're going to fire you, period.
Yep, absolutely.
So, okay, Kathy, what we got, babe?
This is just a question for my own curiosity, Linda. Is Princess Cruise Line going to do this? Are they one of the?
They're on there, but they're not recommended.
Oh, really? The reason I asked, I was a travel agent for 15 years, so I figured I could answer most of the questions anyway. I booked a lot of cruises through Princess, so I didn't know.
That can be up to you.
Yeah,
But per Nate,
yeah.
they're not real good at paying the cruise.
Well,
lines.
never mind. Never mind.
Well,
I don't know that I'm.
if you think about it now, what's going on?
Mm-hmm,
Nobody's canceling their cruises because of this
absolutely. Yeah.
coach crap.
Yeah, that.
So, So if they don't, if people back out and everything, they're gonna back out of paying you.
That wouldn't be good.
Mm-mm.
No, and that's okay. I've got plenty to do.
You and me both,
Nope.
sister. He
Nope.
signed me up and I can't get the assessment done.
Oh,
All right. Any other questions? You get done with me.
that's really been helpful. I so appreciate you coming tonight and talking to us.
Absolutely.
So I think what we'll do here is I think everybody's got a really good overview and a better understanding of what's going on with this. We'll let you go, but we're going to talk a little longer. And if we have other questions, I'll either Sherry or I will come to you with those, because we're going to talk just a little longer. I like to just let everybody, let's just talk this
Linda,
out.
I hate that I missed you being there. I'm driving home from Jackson, and I got on as quick as I could to where I could get somewhere and stop to get on. But I hate that I missed you explaining all that. So yeah, I'm gonna pick your something.
Yeah, and we're all taking notes big time. Believe me,
Yeah.
All right.
I've got
We'll
2
share
pages
with
of
you, Kim.
notes. So we're
Yeah,
all good.
I don't know. You always tell me you're gonna tell me about stuff, and then I never see you again. So I don't know.
It's recorded, Kim. It's recorded.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
we've recorded it, Kim. We've got you covered.
Okay. All right. Well,
All
I
right.
appreciate it. All right, Linda. You know I love you.
I
Thank you,
know,
Linda.
girl. You're
Thank you,
welcome. Have a
Linda.
good evening.
That was awesome, by the way.
It
That was
was.
so
Thank you so
helpful. I can't
much.
even tell you. This was perfect. So I think we
Yeah,
got a lot of
thanks, Linda.
things done.
All righty. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Okay, guys. If we have any other questions, I mean, write them down, or if you have them, just ask them. But I think my point is, and I'm going to say this over and over, we don't have to be experts in this field. All we have to know is just a small portion of what's going on, and then, you know, let them figure it out. We'll direct them to where they need to go, and then let them figure out if that makes sense for them, right? That's what we need to do. We don't have to be experts, and I don't want you to be experts, because you're going to get yourself in trouble if you think you are an expert on what's going on here. But we've got the basics, right? I hope that makes sense.
Yep. Yep.
Irene, what do you got?
I just want to know, are we supposed to be writing pages to get to these people and advertise it? Or, I mean, how do we reach the people? How do we know who to put on the Trello board?
I'm going to answer that real quick. Okay,
Okay.
so there's two ways. Is yes, we do have a page for this, and we will be writing a page for this. Okay, but my favorite part right now is we don't like to do friends and family, but this is going to help a lot of friends and family out, because what we're doing is directing them to an area where they can fill out an application and let them handle all the heavy lifting with whether you qualify or what you need, or we don't get into that. Let them go there if they're interested. And so I'm gonna be, you know, offering this up to different people, but we are making pages, and we are going to be advertising it, and we are going to be, you know, this is gonna be a long-term deal for us. So yes, it's.
Well,
gonna-
I'm just wondering, how am I supposed to know, other than my family and friends? How am I
Okay.
supposed to know who's interested?
Ask
I'll tell
them.
you. Can I say something? I'm sorry. I jumped right in there.
No, go ahead. Kim.
To me, it seems like it's supposed to be ideally used for those people that we're talking to on our SD leads or our 101 boards or whatever else, that they need a job right now to make their bills. They can't go in and wait. You know, it takes a while to start making money doing this. It's not instant money, you know, and they need something. That's who, as we're doing our B marketing, as we're doing whatever we're doing, that's where you get your leads. And you know that if people want to do something and work from home, but want to have a more regimented and can commit to 25 hours a week, or, you know, 50 hours every 2 weeks or whatever to that company, then, you know, that's who I would be the one to use it for. That's who I think it's designed with us first for, because that's who I think Rory wants us to use it for initially.
Right. I just put the link on rory3.com for his work from home page that he wrote for the PPPS program in the chat.
Well, I've read it twice already, so I've got my page ready.
Good.
It's just that you're talking like people are already on the Trello board and you're already
Yes.
talking to.
There are.
Yes.
I don't know how you did that.
Okay, what is going on is we have had people who are former students who have dropped off for one reason or another. People who did not qualify, again, current students or former students, friends and family that we know of who are in need of a job,
Okay.
that want to work from home. Students who didn't qualify for the IBO program, but are still continuing on, but aren't in an Anchor 1 or Anchor 2, trying to find a way to earn the money to get into it while they work the program.
Okay, so
This
that's
is-
the V marketing
This is
or
another,
SD marketing.
this is another avenue. When you
Okay.
get when you get somebody on the phone, when you're doing the V marketing and they're like, look, this is not what I'm interested in. I don't want to do a PBS. And they're like, well, do you want to work from home? We have another program.
Okay.
And you put them into this and you let them know about this where they can work from home doing customer service from the phone. And basically you ask them, do you have do you have a computer? Do you have a wired internet in your home? Do you have a headset? Can you handle answering service? And you do a Trello card for them and you put it on the board and let Linda contact them, set an appointment and see if it works. Because if they join this program, then you get credit for it. They make money, you make money, and then Linda is going to drip on them about the PBS, about the wine, about
That
everything,
makes
so
more
that
sense.
everything, as Rory always says, it's a circular motion, and everything is going to go around so that if they're not already a student, they become a student. And if they become a student, like, they're working this, they become a student, they become your student.
Okay. Now that makes more sense
And
to me,
I
Sharon.
think-
Thank you.
I think
You're
Stanley
welcome.
had some questions too. He wasn't aware of it, but basically, if we know someone that needs money yesterday or today, and whether it's someone who's been here a while or whether it's someone brand new, and they don't have time to wait through the process, they have bills due right now, then we offer it to them. And this is the most wonderful thing. I never thought we would have something like this because
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
great.
great.
I think it's amazing.
is
This is
great.
one of the best things that
It is.
I think we've had to offer. This just
It is.
I wish they'd have had this when I first came in. I mean,
I
seriously.
know, I
We do
I
too.
need it.
But
I need
so
it now, but
grateful.
I just don't have time.
I
Now-
know. I'm so grateful that we've got it. So we can offer this to people.
Now, the
And-
things to stress, this is what Rory is going to be covering. So have them, if you have friends and family that, need to have someone else besides yourself, talk to them about it. Make sure they're on the call Saturday.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Make sure that they're on the call at 12, 11 o'clock.
I I don't know that that's open to everyone. Is it? I know next Tuesday night is.
He was talking about Saturday. So Peter, confirm if you can through, Peter, Sherry, you guys confirm, make sure.
Okay.
We'll,
Because
we'll
he-
confirm. I'm pretty sure that you're right, Sharon. And
The
but I
crypto
agree-
is the one that's 1 to 3. Crypto is 1 to 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Oh, it's
but the
response magic.
well, I know that the 12 it's either the 11 o'clock or the 12 o'clock is on the PPPS.
Saturday at 11. And then at 1 to 3, it's supposed to be response magic.
Yes.
Because that's what I wrote down.
Then he's gonna do a till 5.
Or was
At
it
some-
5? I thought it was 1 to 3. That's all I know.
We got an all day thing on all because we're rolling out so much.
Lordy mercy.
So
We're not
just-
ending till 5 on Saturday.
Right. I
So
think we get an hour break after wine and
Yes.
Master before we
We
start
do.
the second leg,
Yes, we do.
third leg.
So I mean, I could be wrong. It has been known to happen, but I was thinking that he was again going to be talking about the PPPS because that is something big that's rolling out. I know he is going to be talking about the crypto and the watches. So that's another thing to have somebody on about, especially if we are going back to back on it. Because those are two big programs that we're having that are rolling out and they're awesome opportunities.
Sharon, excuse me. I also thought he was going to go over with us in the afternoon, and I could be wrong on this because things change every 5 minutes. But I also thought he was going to go over with us a different way or different texts and things to send out in V marketing.
And I think that's why we're having the large
is.
stretch from the one. I think that's why it's such a long stretch in the afternoon.
Yeah, he
because
is. He is
he's
revamping
rolling
the
out-
marketing.
he is rolling out the new V marketing.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll double check everything and I'll put it in the chat because I think this is important for a lot of
Yeah.
different reasons. And this is why we're having this conversation right now. So Robert, what do you got? And yes, I did see all your stuff on Skype, and I will get to your website ASAP as soon as I can. I've been on the phone all day since 7 o'clock, so I apologize.
No, I understand. Everybody's busy. That's regarding the PPS, since this is a new thing and I'm interested in it. But I'm hearing things now that, hadn't come out previously, like there's a cost for us to sign up to do this. So, I'm wondering, do we have any kind of, before we start, idea what that cost range might be?
Yes.
Also, she had mentioned that, well, like Kathy asked about the cruise, and she said, well, that one's not recommended. So if we start the application and we start going through the process, are there tips and FAQs or what's available so we know how to make choices and that type of thing?
Okay. Actually, with the company, since you gave the name Arise, I'm familiar with it. Okay. There is now you've got to understand it's going to be Roarified, which means that Roy's had his hands on it. Roy's worked out a special deal on it, which means that our pricing is going to be different than what the regular pricing would be, because Linda already related about coupons and different things along those lines. So what the pricing that I'm going to be giving you, okay, is going to be pricing that would be if you were coming in from outside, okay? Because the way we are coming at it, it ranges depending on the person, company, I should say, not person, from $250 to $770. And with some of them, there are recurring charges. Now, you have to, hold on, don't. You have to understand, these are companies like Intuit, such as
Doesn't
TurboTax,
matter.
Right, yeah. I know that.
Home Depot,
Yep.
and other companies. And again, we have come in as a large source of providers of employees. So we're going to be given a different rate than someone coming in just off the street and signing up. So
Yeah, 'cause they didn't say that much of a thing when they were talking.
I was
Roy
gonna
was
say.
talking.
Linda did throw out $150 figure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
she
she
did.
also said Home Depot was a big one at $40. So I don't think.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I was saying these prices do not apply. They have not been roarified. Okay, that's my new word. Roarified. Okay.
Glorified, yes.
Like
So
glorified, they're roarified.
Okay.
if it's any one of us, or if it's one of us that has a PBS or whatever, it's probably going to be in the $20 to $50 range. It's
Yeah.
it's gonna be that little,
Yeah.
unless
Okay.
like Sharon said, you did pick a big top.
Did I hear wrong? Did she say $10 for one of those?
Yes, she
From
did.
Home Depot.
Home
Okay.
she said.
Depot.
Yeah.
Yes, she
Home
did.
Depot had done.
Yeah,
But she
$10
also-
is reasonable. $20
Yeah.
is reasonable.
Yes, it is.
That I can do.
$700 is
I have
not.
that in my wallet.
$700 is not.
But see what you have to understand, okay? And again, pricing may be different for our friends and family that don't have a PBS with
Correct.
us.
Correct.
Right.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's what I want y'all to understand. And that's why I had gave you those prices, because if somebody were to sign up through Arise, not through us, that would be the kind of money that they're looking at.
Mm.
They
So
come
by telling them that and letting them know what a great savings they're getting, it can kind of have an impact.
absolutely.
Where it would be to their advantage to buy a PBS.
Absolutely. And the reason that I say this is they're purchasing a business. Just like we purchased our PBS, which was purchasing a business. And we have our monthly or our quarterly maintenance fees, depending on where we're at and what we're doing. Okay. The same goes for this opportunity with the PPPS. Okay. Because you are a 1099 contractor.
Right.
You own your own business.
Right. And,
You are not a W-2 employee.
Right.
but you're paid every 2 weeks and you're paid upon the time you put in,
Right,
not just per action. That's the difference.
right. You pay
Because
by the
what-
hour.
Paycheck,
Or-
okay?
Because what Arise does, Arise invoices whatever company, whether it's Home Depot, whether it's Intuit, whether it's whomever it is that you sign up for.
Amazon, it could be
Well,
Amazon.
Amazon's not one of them. Amazon's got their own too big and global.
That's
Okay.
right.
Or I have a feeling it's AAA. That's probably going to be their roadside service. Just going on my gut here. Okay, so you've got AAA. Okay, 24-hour roadside assistance. They talked about. Okay, and I'm guessing on that one. That one I'm not for certain on, but just going with what's the most recognized one out there. Okay. So you pick one of those and that's who you're representing. That's who you buy into, that because that's what you're doing. Just like we purchased Wine Ambassador or we purchased the La Vida. Okay.
Okay.
But what happens is just like Wine Ambassador invoices for us and then pays us, Arise invoices and pays us. Does that,
So
Okay.
you're buying in for the training.
you get the training
That's your
and
investment.
The
That is your
orientation is the only
investment.
thing you don't get compensated for after you pay in
correct.
for a certain company. But to answer your question, I think Jim wanted to know if this was just an MSI meeting. No, it is not, Jim. I promise. We do have two
No, it's
MSIs
not.
here.
I'm not
but-
an MSI.
I'm not either.
I'm not either.
Anyway, we have had just a ton of blessings just fall on our head in the last 2 weeks. So we're discussing the details and how these are going to be implemented, which I'm sure is a little it's a little complex and confusing right now. But sometimes we talk about just regular things. I promise.
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
Jim.
other thing
Get
is
here
I
at a
wanted,
really great time when we have a lot of extra options for people. And if you are interested and you want to do this, all you do is tell your instructor.
Yep.
And they, he, she, whatever, will refer you and they know how to do that.
Them.
yeah, the other reason we do this, guys, is because there's some questions out there that I don't think of, right? I mean, John doesn't think of, Sherry doesn't think of, Sharon doesn't think of. And so, when you guys.
And I sure don't think of.
Yeah.
Kinda awesome.
Questions, even if we don't have the answers, now we know what to ask, so we can get the answers to you guys as soon as possible. So that's the other reason why we do all this, right? Robert brings up a great question.
Yep.
That's perfect. I need to get back with Linda and make sure, what we're doing. In my mind, I think if this is what you want, you sign up, you see what everything is. You're not paying for anything until you decide what to do, right? It doesn't cost anything to take a look. And
Yeah.
so that's where we are at
Well,
this
that's an
point.
idea.
Yep. Mary
Well,
has a question.
I'm gonna say bye because I'm fixing to go into Walmart and I figure even if I mute myself, I would be very distracting to y'all. So, but I wanted to tell y'all that I love you and I've missed being at your meetings. I've just been had fevers and sick and just
Well,
anyway.
we've
But
missed you
it's
too,
just nice to
Kim.
be here.
I hope you
just
feel
feel-
better soon and you can come back regularly.
Well,
Yep.
I'm trying
Please.
to, and even though I had to go up to Jackson do some stuff, I just couldn't miss y'all tonight. I just wanted to be there. So I'm sending y'all big hugs.
Thank
And
you.
Even Scruffy Face over there.
Even Scruffy
Um,
Face, we're sending you
All
one
right.
right back.
We're sending
We
it back.
love you.
Love
And we
you.
love you, Kim.
guys. Okay, I'll see you later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Mary.
Mary's got
Okay, I need some clarification.
We'll try.
Okay, I told you my sister is interested in this extra job.
Mm-hmm.
The fee, if
Mm-hmm.
it's friends and family, and she goes for this, is she gonna get told that she's gonna have to pay $240 for the,
No,
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 no.
no, no. But
That's if she went through a rise, whatever it is called, separately outside of us.
oh, okay.
Okay.
that's what the person walking off the street or walking off the internet kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
If you Googled Arise and you went into Arise and clicked sign up,
Mm-hmm.
and it said cost, the average that it starts and runs to, and then there's monthly fees. Okay.
Well, I have an ulterior motive. She's getting close to retirement age and she's sitting there going, I gotta have an extra job and stuff. And I've been trying to tell her to get a PBS. So I'm trying to I've got a foot in the door with her because she wants this extra job.
There you go.
You know, she needs it. And I'm hoping along the line, she'll come around and say, I might want to try this, you know.
Absolutely.
So
Right.
that's my thought, but who
Right.
knows what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
As was said earlier, it doesn't cost anything to go look.
And I'm
Okay.
thinking
No, it doesn't.
the norm cost is going to be $20 to $40 per company. That's what I'm thinking. That's the average I'm thinking, for us, for our group and for
And
our
friends
friends
and
and
family.
family and people we know. Yes.
So
Yep.
she will, and she has to get an appointment in order to be able to see the different jobs and the prices for the sign up and all that stuff. There's not a website or something that she could go
No.
to look.
I don't think that is the case, but just have her just put her information on a Trello card and have her look for an email. The
Okay.
information that she needs to know and where she needs to go and what she needs to do will be included in that email from Linda, because we all know that Linda and Nell are two of the most thorough people in this organization. So if there's anything she needs to know, it will be in there.
Okay, I will tell her that.
So, and if you don't
Thank
want to
you.
do it, you can have your instructor put her information on a Trello card, make a Trello card for her, put her in the column on that PPPS Trello board that is appropriate for her friends and family.
Correct.
The order that they'll be doing them in.
And to clear this up, Mary, you don't even have access to that Trello board. So you and I would have to get together, make that Trello card, and then I'll move it to that specific.
And just make sure she has a Gmail account.
Yeah,
They really-
I've got to tell her that.
Okay, okay. And get her information on there, like her address, her phone number, her Gmail account, and also your instructor or your name and Peter's name. Okay,
Okay.
or picture, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I've learned a lot of stuff tonight too. So, I mean, I hope everybody else has learned some stuff, but I've learned some stuff because I wasn't clear on the friends and family part, and now I am, and I think that's really awesome. So, Robert, what do you got?
The question, she mentioned a headset. Are we required to use a headset no matter what?
No,
Because,
nope.
yeah, I live alone, have an apartment that, it's me and the dog.
Yep, she cleared that up.
Oh,
Before
okay.
they mentioned that you had to have a headset, you had to have two screens. And now, no. As long as your screen can do a split screen, as long as you can, read your stuff, you're fine there. You don't have to have a headset. You can have earbuds. And so the only requirement now would be the 30, what was it?
32 gigs
Yeah,
memory.
32
32
gigabytes.
gigabytes memory. Yeah.
Memory.
Yeah.
And hardwired. Those are the only
Yes.
two requirements. But
Um,
they will scan your
If
computer
you-
to make sure that you.
yeah, you're going there are going to be requirements on the speed of the computer. That's why they're doing the scan, and that's why she recommends that you have everything closed except that one window.
Mhm.
but whatever computer you're using to run your business should be sufficient if you're not like my husband who has 40 gazillion programs on the computer.
Poor
Okay.
John. Oh,
I've
you
got
picked
I've
Johnny.
got a record I've got recording studio software, graphic design software, web design software, all my business software.
You
He
got
and
it all, John.
He and I have identical computers. Identical computers.
Uh-huh.
Mine takes 30 seconds to start up and for me to be online. Okay. 30 seconds. His takes 10 minutes.
It does not. It takes about 2-3 minutes.
Let's
Okay,
let's also remember, it's just like any other program where if you're if you need to speed up your computer, they'll just tell you, hey, you just need to speed up your computer a little bit, delete some of the programs, and you'll be just fine, right?
Exactly.
So
Absolutely.
it's not like you're dead in the water.
No.
No.
They'll just
No.
tell you what you need.
But-
That's the way this program works. They'll say, oh, this doesn't work for us. If you can fix it, we're golden. If you can't fix it, yeah, it's not so much. So remember that too. Doesn't mean you're dead in the water. I mean, they're not gonna, police aren't the computer police aren't gonna come and take you to computer jail. So
No,
No.
that's why I'm
And-
saying if you've got a computer that you're already using for the business, then you're good to go. I was
Yeah.
just
You're
for
fine.
your friends and family, don't let them think they'll be able to do a Chromebook. I doubt very seriously that
It
will
won't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like Peter said, why not take a look? It's not going to cost you a dime to take a look. It's just a little bit of time, find out about
Yep.
it, then decide if you want to do it or not. You know?
And
Yep.
absolutely have the page, have them come through the page, look at it, because one, that's traffic to your site. Everybody get traffic to your site. and two, it gives them more information, let them tell you, and then again, get with your instructor if you can't do the Trello card yourself, so that you can put the information and have Linda and Nell get in touch with them. And Mary, and then we need to let everybody go so that people like Sherry can eat who haven't had a chance to eat, I don't think yet.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You know me too well.
Well, all I was going to ask was, you said hardwire Ethernet.
Yes.
Is it okay? Does that mean like my sister and I, we both have Google
Uh-huh.
and our computers are connected to Google. Is that good
No.
enough?
No.
No,
Okay,
what you need
okay.
to do, you have to have the cable plugged in from your router or your hub to the back of your computer for your internet.
Okay, I'm going to demonstrate this, okay? Because I can do that. Okay, start video. Come on. Okay, you see these? I'm gonna have to stop my background. Dang it! How do I stop my background? It's been so long. Okay. Backgrounds and filters, none. Okay, here we go. All right, excuse the mess in the background. Okay, you see these little cables that have the
The big RJ45 jack on it.
big that you can plug into the back of your computer?
Okay.
That is a wired connection.
Hard,
And
yeah,
it looks like a phone.
Yes.
but
wire.
bigger. Yeah.
Yes. You plug one into your router and one into your computer. John and I have each have one that we put into our
Laptops.
laptops.
And we have Wi-Fi too. So if we want to run around the house with our laptops, we can just unplug the cable and it
and
automatically
Mary, it's really
switches
simple.
to Wi-Fi.
They're like $5, so it's not like you're breaking the bank on that, right?
So
Just
you
go to
can
the computer
modify.
st-
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just go to the computer store and say, hey, I need this thing, and then
Walmart.
You need an Ethernet cable. You just need a Cat5 Ethernet cable.
yeah, and they're maximum $5, I would think, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
$5-6
Oh,
bucks.
it can be more.
Depends on how many feet you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's true too. That's true too. So,
And it's
anyway.
hooked into your router.
Yeah.
Yeah, it plugs into the back of your, if you have a Wi-Fi router, Wi-Fi
Yeah.
hub, it'll plug into the back of it, or you can plug it directly in and that's your router, or you can plug it into the back of your modem.
Okay, I'll have to
four
look.
You should have 4 jacks on the back of your modem.
When you get the cable, call us. Okay.
That's
Okay.
exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, when you get the cable, call Peter or call us, and we'll.
I know,
talk you
I'm
through
gonna
it.
have, my sister won't know, and I'm gonna have to figure it out.
That's
So-
fine. We got you.
We
We
got
you
you.
covered.
We'll
It's easy.
we'll do a Zoom meeting and we'll show you. Okay, we got
Okay,
you.
thank you.
I see Stanley has his hand up. Stanley, I will get with you tomorrow, I promise, and give you the details and refer you if you choose, or if you have someone to be referred, help you.
Okay.
Does that answer your question or not?
Yeah, well, one of the questions,
One of them. Okay.
my Mac has no place to plug directly or wire into that thing. So I've got to go to my old Mac because it does have a place where I can plug into it.
Does your Mac have the air? Oh, what is it?
Optical.
No, it should have the small, like the charging port. What is it? I can't remember what it's called. It's got the little one like
USB.
it's like a USB-C.
Like what you would use for your phone.
I've got no, there's no place for any of that stuff. It's all gotta go. But anyway, I've got the old computer that I retired. It's a little bit slow, but I'm gonna check and see whether I've got enough RAM in it or not.
I would have a hard time believing, Stanley, that your newer computer doesn't have that port in there.
You don't have any ports on your Mac at all. Nowhere to plug
Oh, yeah.
anything in.
Oh yeah, I've got plenty of ports, but no. What is this RS stuff that goes from the modem?
A cat 5. It's
No,
a
it
cat
does-
5 cable.
What
does
kind
not
of
have
Mac
that.
do you have?
Well, then you have the little jack. It's about a 1/4 of an inch wide. It's flat.
My point is, Stanley.
You can
is
get a
that-
lightning. You can get a
There's gotta be a
lightning
way
to
to
camera
figure it out.
adapter. Plug it in. Plug an Ethernet to USB. All you need to do, you got a USB port, right?
Can't y'all do this separately, please?
That's what I.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we're
this
about
is-
out of time.
This is not now.
Go on for hours. because
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
there's gotta
Stanley.
be a way, there's a way to do it if it's a newer computer. I promise you that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do it. All you
You
need
can
to
do it. We'll have to address that separately. So Robert,
Yes.
one more question and then we'll get out of here.
just going back to the PPS, one of the other things, they mentioned about a phone number, getting a Google voice phone number, and of course, using the IP address. So doing this program, are they going to be calling my phone number? So I should have a separate phone number, or is it going through the computer application? So it's actually coming through the computer,
Get a Google Voice number. You should have one for the business already.
just a separate one for this.
I would.
Yeah, okay, thank
Be a
you.
I
lot
would.
easier to track and keep up with that way.
Yes.
Which is also why the headset, so you can plug it into the computer so you can get it through the computer.
Correct.
Yeah, and I just use the earplugs that came with my computer on my phone. They
Yeah.
work just fine.
Yeah, the earbuds you get with your cellular phones, those work. I mean, I've got these right here, but that's because of my work, and I have to use them for my work at Monday through Friday. I like the big headsets because that's what I grew up with.
And
Okay.
John's loud, so.
And next time, hopefully we can talk about ERC.
Yep,
We'd hoped to
sorry.
do that
Yep.
tonight, but we spent the whole hour on this, and that's
I know,
okay.
and Kathy, I'm sorry, because she was excited to kind of share what
Yeah.
she knows about that.
That's okay. I just emailed you an updated email that I put a lot more information in there. I've made like a list of the requirements and all that
Okay.
kind of stuff. So if you want to share it, feel free to.
I will
Yep.
for sure, but we'll talk about that next time. But in the meantime, if you're interested about the ERC, contact me or contact Sherry or contact your instructor, and let's get all this stuff figured out. Because we need to talk about the watch too, which he's going
Yep.
to talk about. Everything's going to be talked about on Saturday. So
Yes.
I'm not jumping the gun, but I wanted to get everybody involved and answer some questions before we get to
Yep.
Saturday. And unfortunately, we weren't able to get to the ERC, but hopefully you guys will all get that stuff done on, we'll get the questions answered on Saturday. But in the meantime, like I suggest with the PPPS and the ERC and even the watch, just start making lists of people that can benefit from these 3 amazing programs, right?
Do
These
it.
are amazing, amazing programs.
And
So
maybe
just start
Kathy,
making lists.
maybe Kathy can do her presentation on ERC next time.
Yes,
Please.
we're exactly
Yep.
doing that.
Super.
For sure we are.
Yep.
For
We're
sure.
gonna say hi and turn it over to Kathy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. That's exactly what we're gonna do because it's bigger than you think. This is a 2-year program too. The PPS is ongoing and ongoing. Well, everything's gonna be ongoing, but we didn't know it was gonna be 2 years. So we've got to make sure that we cover the entire ERC. And I'm gonna tell you guys this,
It's
and I've told a
crazy.
lot of people the same thing, is that just with the PPS, I don't want you guys to think you have to become experts in the ERC tax program.
Mm-mm.
You just need to be able to direct them in the right place, right?
Yeah.
Let them know it's a $400 billion program that they can get money if they had W-2 employees through the pandemic and the supply chain stuff. And that's basically all we need to know. Go and see if you qualify and you're done. That's
Right.
the same difference, guys. Don't overthink the PPPS and don't overthink the ERC credits because we're not supposed to be experts. I don't want to be an expert. I'm not a tax accountant. I don't care. I'm not I'm not the one telling them they can or cannot do the PPPS. I don't want to know. I don't care.
I'm not a
And-
techie.
Hey,
Yep.
so-
Before we go, I'm going to drop one little hint of something that happened. An SD lead who wasn't interested in the business, but while I was doing the BRT, I found out that he owned his family owned a large steel company in Arkansas. And so I called him back to tell him about the ERC credit. And he's very interested in it and is going to get back with me on that. So
Awesome.
opportunities are everywhere.
Awesome. All right.
We
Well,
got 3 minutes,
guys.
but before we go, I want to tell everybody one thing is with everything we've got going right now. Now we've got the PPPS, right? So now we've got 3 places to insert people into the R247 family. Now we got 3. We got the PPPS, we got the wine or the Vellavita, and we got the PBS system itself. And that's how I'm looking at it going forward. We have 3 different ways to get them involved in what we're doing. So, and they're all amazing. So, okay, with that said, we're going to close it out here, guys. Get on the next call. And then, like we said, next week is going to be all about ERC. We knew this was going to be all about PPPS today. We tried, but we knew it. But we're all good. So thanks everybody for coming. We had the record amount of people here tonight than we have.
Yep.
So,
All right,
So-
guys. Well, Stanley, I'm getting ready to call you, and everybody have a good night. Love you guys.
Thank you, John. We love
And
y'all
we will see
too.
you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank y'all.
Bye.
Night.
Night.
Bye.